So someone in my stream a couple of days ago did my setup command, and it takes you to a YouTube video from about a month or two after me and my wife moved into our new house. It's been almost 2 years, I want to say, and I haven't done another one of those. And this room has changed a lot in the last couple of months, in the last year and a half or so. So I figured, hey, let's do a new one. So something to take to note is I've been doing this for about 4 years, and about 2.5 of those years I did this part-time, and then it got to the point where I felt comfortable enough for me and my wife to leave and move on, for me to take this kind of mission field into a full-time matter. And so this is a culmination of about 4 years of all of my stuff in this room. And it's gone from me having stuff given to me or donated, or it's gone from sub goals or something like that, or even to the point where if I did need to buy something, I'm normally pretty stickler on how much money I spend, and I found a lot of this stuff on sale. Now, I won't have time to do all that to keep everybody appeased with everything that's going on, but I will tell you that not all this stuff did I buy outright, and some of it's still not even mine. It's just kind of loaned over to me for me to hold on to until either I stop doing streaming or until I give it back, or my friends ask for it back, because a couple of those things are actually 2 of the consoles over here, or technically 3, one that doesn't work. But you know, that's kind of the general thing. Okay, just keep that in mind as we kind of go about the room.
The big things about the PC that y'all are going to know is it has a Core i9-10900K, a RTX 3070 graphics card, 64 gigs of RAM, and has a combined total of about 9 terabytes of storage between solid state and hard disk drives.
That was like the big purchase. All right, that one I saved up for, and I bought it just before prices really skyrocketed a few years ago, and I paid a lot into it to kind of future-proof it so I wouldn't have to upgrade it for a few years. So that's kind of what we have with the PC. You know, everything else is pretty simplified. You know, it's a bare bones beefy PC, and it's not as good as it could be to today's standards, but also at the same time, the 40 series cards aren't that great. I have 2 capture cards in my PC. One is a 1080p 60 and one is a 4K 120. And I have 2 of those in that bad boy. I also have a Camlink Pro, so it can have up to 4 cameras hooked into it. And normally I only have 2 cameras hooked up into it. I have my Sony a6000 that stays right there, and then I have this Canon T7i, which is normally mounted on the wall here for whenever we do like couch streams or anything over in this general area, or if I'm doing like painting streams, you know. But we also have like my Xbox Series S if I play Xbox games. I used to be big R6 streamer, and I played on console, and so it stays pretty close because it's 4K 120 FPS, and they don't make splitters for cheap that allow 4K 120 FPS pass through to where I could have it at my TV over here. So I really hope that I'm not too scatterbrained. You may actually hear me do like some voiceover and talking about some things in post because, you know, there's just a lot to go over, and I want to try to keep this pretty quick, and I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty nerdy stuff that a lot of people don't really care about. They just want to see, ooh, bright, shiny, sparkly lights, and it's so hot in this room. How do vloggers do this? So here's where like my battle station is. Is that still a term used? But this is my battle station. I have 3 monitors. Now, you don't really need 3 monitors if you're not a streamer. I have the 3 monitors because I literally just use this for my OBS and for my chat. I like having it all on one screen. I like having the tall screen. That way I can have a lot more chat on screen as well. But if you're not a streamer, you don't need to have 3 monitors. 2 monitors is fine. And if you're Adam, and Adam I know is going to probably maybe watch this, you only need 1. And he swears you only need 1. 2's nice. You should get 2. I have a Razer Tartarus keyboard. Now, this is a one-handed keyboard, and I can have it programmed to all my editing stuff, and it's what I normally use for gaming now. But I have this to where I can have multiple profiles. I think I have like 9 profiles on that thing right now, where I can switch it between different games, so I can have different hotkeys and set it up right, and set it up to where each game is kind of personalized, and it's really nice. It's definitely a help with editing, because I have every single key hotkey to where literally I do not have to move my hand to my keyboard. and it's so nice. It's all really concise, consolidated, and I learned it from Jazza. And Jazza, you'll never watch this, but I love you. Thank you for that. My main keyboard is a Ducky 1S Mini, and this keyboard was sent to me by another streamer that I've known for quite a long time, Classy 4K. Me and him go back like 4 years, okay? And I sent him something. I painted a Fortnite bolt rifle like in a black ice form, me and my wife did, and we sent it to him as like a funny haha, and you know, I made a fun video for YouTube, right? I was trying stuff out, learning things, seeing what I wanted to do for YouTube, and in response, he sent me that keyboard. It's a really nice keyboard. It's a 60% keyboard, so sometimes I get a little perturbed because I'm missing some stuff, but it is the most satisfying click. It's got Cherry MX Blues. It's so nice. But still, so that's my keyboard. My mouse, now my mouse, I love my mouse. This is it's a little dusty. The room's a little dusty, all right? I cleaned it, but dust is everywhere. I tried my best. So I love my Logitech G502. It's amazing wireless mouse. I have no lag, no input lag unless the dongle is like on the other side of a room or something like that. I have no input lag. I love it. I love the buttons. I love the weight of it. I like a heavier mouse, unlike some gamers. They like the lighter mouse. But I personally love a heavy mouse, and the G502 can be pretty light, but I have all the max weights that I can have in it. So it's a great mouse. I love it. I have like a Stream Deck, and I have my DAC for my headphones and everything over there, because my main headphones, these babies, are amazing. I had a pair for like nearly the 4 years of streaming that were given to me by a friend, by a viewer of the channel. They were just straight up given to me, brand new. Normally like $350, brand new. Given to me, brand new, and I used the mess out of them. I've done like 12 or 13 24-hour streams, a couple of 48-hour streams. The 2 subathons I've done were, one of them, the last one we did went 126 hours, and I wore them like the whole time. I love my SteelSeries Arctic Pro wireless. And now we have like my Go XLR, which is my main audio setup, which of course goes with my my Shure SM7B microphone. You do not need this nice of a microphone, but it's nice. The reason why I have the Shure SM7B and the Go XLR, along with this really nice Gator Frameworks scissor arm or desk mount arm, is actually kind of wild. This is where I say you got to pay attention to prices. Okay, so I got this Go XLR, the big beefy Go XLR, which at the time was the like creme de la creme audio interface for streamers. Now you have like Rode Mic Podcaster Pro, you have the Elgato Wave. You have so many different options. Now, back then you didn't have those options, but they had a bundle deal through Sweetwater. Okay, bundle deals. Look for bundle deals. Now, again, I normally bought stuff off of Amazon. I got this off of Sweetwater. I paid $357. In some sense, if I had the receipt still, I'd show you, but I know how much I paid for it because I remember it was wild. I got a brand new Go XLR, a Shure SM7B, and the desk scissor arm mount for it. I got all of that for $357. And it just so happened that they had a holiday sale, and I had a coupon that they allowed to stack onto the holiday sale, and I got 50% off is what it like boiled down to, and it was wild. That was the only reason why I got the Shure SM7B, is because I got it on sale. I'm talking a lot, Dietrich. So again, like I said, shop for deals. If you're looking to upgrade your setup, whether you're a streamer, any form of a content creator, or if you're just a gamer, or you just like to collect tech. I know some people just like to collect tech. Shop for your deals. Shop for sales. Those things are crazy sometimes. Go through your different things, Google things, check to make sure that they're legitimate before, of course, you buy. But, do some research, do some homework before you buy anything. It's pretty crazy. It's wild. Just like my Sony A6000, I ended up finding this guy on Facebook who was selling that camera. They were putting it up for $500, and it came with everything but an extra battery. I was like, all right, it's $500. I don't really want to pay that much. But I just said, hey, what's the history of this? I'm kind of interested. Found out this guy was like a major camera lover and camera collector. And he's like, well, you told me your story. I looked you up and you're a small content creator. And I see that you're trying to make it. Okay, I get, and I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm trying. And he's like, well, how much do you want to pay for it? What can you pay for that camera today? And I said, dude, I'm gonna keep it real. I would love to pay you $500 because that's like a solid deal, but I honestly only have like $300 that I can spare. And he was like, make it $200, and I'll throw in free 24-hour shipping. So he took what I was gonna pay and he dropped it down another $100, and then he sent it to me with free overnight shipping. That was wild. Just search for stuff, all right? Ask questions. See what people are willing to do. Sometimes you'll end up finding yourself in a situation where you're gonna pay a super small and cheap price for something, and you didn't realize you were going to. Again, the main camera I'm recording off of is the Canon T7i, and then I have also up here is my H8 audio recorder, my Zoom H8 audio recorder. Now that is a pretty nice piece of tech. It's pretty cool. It's very multi-use, which is why I paid for it. It basically can have anywhere up to 10 XLR inputs into it, or 8 XLR and 2/4 inch plugins. Now, some of y'all may have no idea what that means, and that's fine, we'll move on. But I like doing couch games. I like playing games where we're looking at the TV and we're playing from the couch. So we have two Audio-Technica something. They're Audio-Technica shotgun microphones, and I can take this Sennheiser that's on this camera and plop it in the center as well, and we have the cabling running up. We have the cabling running up and down and then across all this and then all that stuff, whatever, but it plugs into that Zoom H8 audio interface. And then that audio interface can plug into the computer. So either way, I can have multiple XLR mics plugged in and have it going and piping through the PC. Now, I'm not a pro when it comes to audio tech, so audio is not always the best sounding, and I'm trying to get better with that, but it takes so much time to learn, and I don't have a lot of free time. Who knew? It's a multi-use Swiss Army knife for XLR interfaces. It's not perfect, but it works. It does what I need it to do. It also can even have my wireless headset mic here, or lapel mic over there. You can barely see it on top of the PC, but I have that running into it, so whenever I do the painting streams, I have my headset on, and I can have the wireless headset, and I don't have to try to just stay in range of a shotgun mic, but I can move around and have that freedom and everything like that, and it's a good time. Now, my monitors, two of them are 75 hertz at 1080p, nothing fancy. They're all 24-inch. And then my main monitor is 144 hertz. I would love to have nicer monitors, but I went with the budget, and the budget let me get that. So, yeah. Oh, you looked at the mouse pad? You could buy new mouse pads. We have mouse pads. You should check them out. It has me and the boys on them, if you want to. Link in the description down below. Now, my desk, it is a standing desk, but I never use it for a standing desk because the last time I did, with all this stuff on it, it fell. My chair is just a basic office chair because office chairs are awesome and gaming chairs are overrated. You want to check out the cable management? It's pretty bad. You can, nope. That, you can't see anything, can you? It's there though, but it's bad. If you're wondering what all that is, that's all hot sauces and other things for donation challenges for the stream. I have 3 Elgato key lights. You have the 1, 2, and 3. Now, you don't have to buy Elgato key lights. They are expensive. Whenever I was first starting off with streaming, didn't realize how much stuff was gonna cost and how things were gonna get expensive. And I was like, I want good controllable lighting, which they're great because if you can afford them, they're great because you can have them plug into your Stream Deck and you can turn them off and on from the Stream Deck, and it's really, really, really nice. But there's other options, better budget options if you're on a budget. And I didn't know better at the time. If I could go back, I could save like $200 not buying all these key lights. My knick-knack shelf here. Yeah, I like my knickknacks. Don't judge me. So moving away from the main desk setup, You saw I talked about all this other stuff and everything, but we'll kind of go through it real quick so we can wrap this up and y'all can be on your way. But the main TV. So I bought this TV at Walmart. It's like a TCL TV. I paid like, I don't know, I think like $200 for it. Pretty good budget PC, or pretty good budget TV. It doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to be good enough to play some games on with the boys or with Bailey or by myself or something like that. Now again, you have all of these old consoles here, up here, and I was saying earlier that a couple of these are not mine. The Dreamcast is my friend James's, and he's letting it kind of live here if we want to play Dreamcast games or something like that. That's his old GameCube down there. It's got a bad Laserdisc drive in it, and I need to replace that for him eventually. And also on my Game Boy, or I say Game Boy, and so on my GameCube is a Game Boy player, and that Game Boy player actually is James's, and it goes with his GameCube. So there's that, and then that 360 Slim right there is Adam's. Adam has that living here for now. Because he has a lot of his old games on it from back in high school and all that, and they're already downloaded and it's all there. So it's nice to just have it preset and pre-made to go and everything, and it runs a little bit better than my 360 Elite that I have. But again, you have all these old consoles, and they're wonderful to see. There's my Xbox original. There's my N64 that I grew up with, a GameCube, a Wii, the Switch. I have two Adams, my friend Adam's Switch, because Tears of the Kingdom reasons. And then mine, the Dreamcast, the PS2, the PS4, which was donated to the stream by a viewer. It was fully donated. Viewers like, hey, I can't say who they are. They told me not to. Viewer was like, hey, I don't use my PlayStation anymore. I bought it. I bought a bunch of games on it. I maybe logged 100 hours in gaming on it. Do you want it? And all my games. And my account. I'll sign my account over to you so you can have all my digital purchases. And I was like, sure. My Series S, my old Series S, and then my 360 over there. There's a lot of stories with those consoles. If you want to hear them, come to the live streams or ask down in the comments. I don't have time to tell you the story for each one of those. There's a lot of them. It's wild. I'd love to tell you. But also, all of these consoles play to the TV, yes. But they also independently route to the PC for the streams or for recordings. So literally, I have it to where all those games go both to the PC and to the TV, and it's a really nice system. I wouldn't say it's complicated, but there's a lot to it, and let's just say a lot of plugs. A lot of them. We have Le William, who protects the stream. He wears he wears all of the stuff I decide not to wear that I've either bought for the streams or I've had from growing up. This I've had since I was in high school. My friend James gave me the dual disc here for a birthday gift back in high school. All that stuff. So he's William, and he's beautiful. And you don't disrespect William, or he'll come after your Dino Nuggies. Also, he's repping the merch. Y'all should get some merch. Just saying, support us up. It's as cheap as I could make it. And then we also have the shield, which this shield was given to me by a viewer when we hit 500 followers on Twitch, which was a long time ago. On the back, we have like all of the paintings that I do, because I do paint along with Bob Ross, like I said earlier. We have Bob that chills behind us. He's normally in the camera POV when we're painting, so people can see him. I bought that with my Christmas money. It's literally my Christmas present to myself. Then we have like our main easel. Now this is the actual Bob Ross brand easel. A lot of the stuff I have with painting supplies is Bob Ross brand. I do like how thick his oil paints are. So for the artists out there, I prefer how thick his oil paints are. I'm used to them, which is why I don't go with better, some people would argue better products for painting. Even more paintings down there. There's a lot of them. But we also have a monitor here. This monitor is over here, and it's attached via a nice little thing there, but little arm. But this actually is hooked up to be able to go to my PC to be another monitor. Also, I have a couple old cheap lights that point up to the ceiling to kind of diffuse light and make it to where there's not really as little as shadows onto the painting as I can get. So the last thing here is this coffee table, all right? Look at that bad boy. It was like $10 at a garage sale when me and Bailey first got married. Well, a couple of months ago, I was wanting to get a new coffee table. One that had wheels on it so I could be able to push it up against that wall, get it out of the center of the room, open up the room if we needed it to for like 24-hour streams or funny, goofy events or punishments, you know, stuff like that. I also wanted one that had storage in it so I could be able to store my video games and whatnot. Well, on a stream that I was gonna, you know, shop for one with my viewers, they were like, why buy one when you could add on to that one? And I was like, okay. They're like, you could spend like half the money on materials and just do it yourself. And I used to do like construction and remodel, so I was like, you know, they're not wrong. And I'm like, well, it's not gonna look as clean or as good as a brand new one because I don't want to put in all that effort to clean this thing up because it's not real wood. It's all jank. And they're like, and? So we made it as jank as we could. Look at look at this. Just look at this. Look at that board right there. Look at that really crappy board. Oh, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And you're like, yeah, it's great. It's not great. It's very jank looking. So here, check out the inside of this coffee table. You know, it's all jank because we got to keep it jank and we like jank, but we have it to where I can pull this off and just toss it to the side. And you have all of my controllers for every console that I have, all the systems I have over there, as well as all the games that I have. You have GameCube games, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, PS2. You have the Sega Dreamcast games here. So all the games are in there, all the controllers. So that's basically it. The couch has some USB-C cables on each end to where if people need to charge their phones, they can, that type of stuff. Pretty simple, generic things. And I have a VR headset that I barely use because VR streams are difficult to keep people's attention and all that stuff. And, you know, it's a pretty epic setup. It's a really awesome room, and I'm very blessed to be able to have this room. I do not take it for granted. I went over like as much stuff as I could, as quickly as I could. There's stories for every single thing in this room, and for every part of this room. There's a story, and if you want to hear some of those, if you have questions, ask in the comments or come out to a live stream. Zelda says hi. Hi. There you go. I hope that y'all kind of like to see the setup. I didn't go into like all the technical jargon for a lot of stuff because that gets boring. Some people may ask what's the cost or the price of this room, and I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't tell you the exact. But what I can tell you is I've probably put close towards $10,000 into all the tech and everything in this room, not even including backup stuff that's in the closet. I do have a couple of backup mics and cables and other stuff, a couple of backup monitors in case some go out. That's the closet. We don't go in there. It's William's domain, okay? I would say everything in this room is probably valued way over that because of how much I saved, because I took my time to shop. Again, you don't have to buy stuff outright as soon as it comes out. You can wait a little bit, work with what you have, and then build up towards that, save money towards that. Be patient, take your time, realize that you're not gonna build everything up overnight. The very last thing I wanna talk about is this wall though. So during the last subathon, me and Bailey put all these names up here, and we took the time to do that. It took like 2 hours. Bailey cut them all out with her Cricut, and her little mini Cricut her mom gave her, and then I put them all up on the wall. And it's pretty wild to see all of these names here. All those names are my VIPs and my mods, or people that have helped me out through everything in life and through everything with my content creation journey. But that's basically it. That's the room. I didn't go into all the technical jargon. I showed it off a little bit, let y'all see what I've been able to build and what y'all have helped me build over the past 4 years. My room does a lot. I like multi-purpose, and that's what I built it for. So thank you everybody who supports me. Thank you everybody who watched this. Don't forget I love you all, and you're blessed, and be the best people that y'all can be. And thank you for always being there for me and supporting me up. It's pretty awesome what we've been able to build, and I can't wait to see what it looks like in a year from now.